All right. Good morning, everybody. It's Joey, and I wanted to make a video. I did get a new laptop, so I've been learning how to live stream that stuff and downloading the software and all this stuff. I don't have Wi-Fi at my home, and so I come to my uncle's, and anyway, I'm going to be using his Wi-Fi until I decide if I can afford to pay, for Wi-Fi at my own apartment. Anyway, I titled this video. I wanted to make a video, so I titled this. Okay, so I titled this video "On Earth as It Is in Heaven," and first of all, I want to just say that. Okay, there we go with that connection. Anyway, so I did my first 5K this morning, and with Team Fidelis, and that's they're at an event here called the Santa Dash in Kansas City. And so, it's a big deal for me because I'm somebody, I was homeless for such a long time. I've shared this before. I was homeless. I was in the streets. I was an IV drug user. I was running with the devil. I was sleeping in places where cockroaches were crawling all over me. And, I'm talking for a very long period of time. I had kept making changes in my life, trying to get out of situations and improve my life. And even going into the military, I thought that would improve my life and, kind of leave the destruction behind. I had to come to the end of myself. And I'm saying all this to say, without Jesus, in my life, no matter what it is that I did, my situation and my circumstances were not improving. They were getting worse, and there was no way out. I was in a maze in hell. And so anyway, since I called upon the Lord's name, like really deep down, like in that fire where I was spared and God pulled me out of that. I don't know exactly what point, it was that Jesus, exactly came in. And the gang stalking got better. The demonic oppression got better. I stopped seeing the shadow people. I stopped having criminals all around me. But it takes work. It takes work. And when the lifelines are thrown out to you, you can't just sit on your rear and just all of a sudden hope that one day, you have puppy dogs and rainbows all around you. It has been literally a climb up from the pit of hell for me. So, anyway, that's what I titled this video, On Earth as It Is in Heaven, because this is the deal. Okay, so, and what I've seen in my journey and in my walk, okay, of course, there's witches all around us, and there's Satanists all around us, and there's zombies and demons and lions and tigers and bears, oh my, all around us. But when you are hidden in Christ, when he pulls you out of darkness and into his light, we are not only ambassadors of Christ and light bearers for the Lord, but we are here to bring his kingdom come, his will be done on earth as it is in heaven, even now, surrounded by darkness. And it says in the word that it's going to get even darker before, he returns. It's good as in the days of Noah. And it's pretty dark right now, but I can tell you this. Everywhere I look, okay, it's like a treasure hunt. If I get caught up in focusing on what darkness is doing, which isn't very exciting anymore, I get it. I see it everywhere in Hollywood, in my next door neighbors, the people down the street, everyone's demon infested. They have, sin, doors open to sin, portals are open in the natural realm, and darkness is coming in and out. But I focus on earth as it is in heaven, because that's what's going to happen even now. I stand before God, my creator, my father, my husband, my spouse, as in Song of Solomon it talks about. And I say, Lord, use me as a vessel to bring your kingdom here, that your will and my will would be one. Keep my eyes focused on you, that I can walk through the day and I can find you in all things. Keep my heart connected to the heartbeat of heaven. Do not let me fall to the flesh, to what this flesh desires. That's another thing I wanted to talk about too, is that you really got to ask yourselves, am I really under a spiritual attack, or am I just dealing with my flesh? Because the flesh is weak, and the flesh likes sin, and the flesh wants to do this, but the spirit is strong. So I think a lot of people give the enemy a lot more credit than he really deserves, because really it doesn't take, we have dominion over him. We have, the authority to tread on serpents and all of that. But the thing is that, a lot of people are like, I'm under a satanic attack. No, you're just giving in to what your flesh wants. You're just giving into what, the desire it is that you have, walking according to the flesh. When you walk according, not that it isn't a war. I fight addiction every day. I fight that thought. It's not a desire anymore, but the thought to get high, and use meth. I fight that every single day. And I combat that with, that my love for God is stronger, that my desire to be pleasing and accepted to, God, the creator, is way more powerful. My love for him is way more powerful than my flesh's desire to have a moment of, of party time or fun, and so again, I think that a lot of people, it's like, you've got to take responsibility and command over your own flesh. And a lot of people just like, they kind of give into it. And then they want to claim that they're under, a demonic attack. So anyway, this is kind of going to be a quick video, but I did want to just want to speak about that. I'm like, if you walk along your day and go out in the world and you sit down and you look for the enemy and what they're doing, that's all you're going to see. You're going to see the darkness. But what I challenge you to do is actually be the people of God who brings his kingdom to earth even now. So when the enemy, or when people who are in bondage right now and enslaved to Satan and the demons that they're entertaining, that when they see you, that they are provoked to jealousy, the human being that's still left there, that's still left within that vessel, that isn't necessarily something I need to say or something I need to do, but it's just how I live my life. And so the challenge is to look around you and look for God in all of this. And when you think you hear his mess, him talking to you, don't ignore it. Especially a lot of people ignore it when he tells them not to do something, because their flesh want to do it. They want to do that. They want to party. They want to fornicate. They want to, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but then they want to turn around and be like, mad at God, or, why is the devil attacking me? It's like, we want to be obedient children. Not that we all don't, fall, or we have our struggles, certainly, but the challenge is to look for God in all things, and in all things you'll see God. And anyway, that's the quick video I wanted to make, and I will be in the next couple days, now that I have this new laptop, I am upgrading, the technology. Another thing that I really like to do is I like to take what the enemy used to use against me and flip it on him. As far as technology goes. So, all the misinformation and all the fake news media and all of the, messages that are going out there, it's just like, now I have the chance, I have the opportunity. God and is blessing me. And that's another thing, is that we know ourselves by the fruit in our lives. In your own life, if all you're seeing around you is curses and fallen things and the nightmare, then I really have to challenge you about what you're doing in your own life, in your own prayer life, and in your relationship with Jesus, because you will get better fruit in your life if you're walking in the will of God. It shows up in your life. You start to have good, godly relationships. You start to have, your own apartment. You start to get the job that you wanted. You get restored to family. Other things start to show up in your life where there's good fruit. So the thing is to kind of keep your own garden tended and really look into the heart, the heart. And, I've had it pointed out to me, and I agree wholeheartedly about working on forgiveness for others and and I've forgiven myself, but really forgiveness for others. And so I've been working on that and looking into that deeper than what I thought maybe I had. I thought maybe I had forgiven people, but it's, there was things going on in my life where it turned out maybe I need to, I need to work on that forgiveness a little bit more. But anyway, so the thing is I want to tend my own heart. I want like a garden, and I want to get all of those things, those strongholds or those beliefs that become strongholds that are contrary to what the word of God says. And I want to pull those out by the root. And I want the Lord to come in with his word and fertilize, and the seed gets planted, and then he'll water that word. But again, like I said, if all you're seeing going on around you and all you got to talk about is what the fallen world is doing, I would say that you're probably given, what we say, what comes out of our mouth, we give power to the things, and we glorify those things and those topics that we talk about. And everyone's testimony is so important, but the most important thing that for me in the spirit of prophecy is that of Jesus Christ, is that, to share things about what happened to us when we were separated from God by our own sin. And then what happened when Jesus came in. And once Jesus came in, then how is your life getting better? And what's that fruit looking like in your life now? And what are those things that we can do to bring his kingdom come, that his will would be done here on earth as it is in heaven, that we're a reflection of what's going on in heaven, and he can use us and because his kingdom will come. It is here. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. His will is being done on earth as it is in heaven, even now. There may be a lot of fallen, and it is a fallen world, but just like with Elijah and Elisha, with the chariots of fire, when Elijah prayed that you would open the servants' eyes, that they could see that there was more around them than the enemy's camp. So no matter how many there seems to be, or you look with your eyes, there are far more with us than there are of them. So hold on to that thought. Keep praying the Lord's Prayer if you don't even know what to say, because his kingdom is here. His kingdom is coming in its fullness. His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So take care, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon from my upgraded technology. Take care.